Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the LEGO The Batman Movie, set 70904. This is Clayface Splat Attack. $448-piece build. Comes included with Batman and Mayor Mccaskill. One of obviously the big draws for me is the fact that you get a big giant Clayface that you can build in this set. And I'm super excited. Also a big fan of Clayface, which probably is very apparent for the series of reviews that Spot does. Needless to say, really excited to get this. This set I think was about $40, I want to say the $40, $45 price point. You don't really get much, factoring in the fact that you only get 2 figures and then you get like this somewhat display base for Mayor Mccaskill. The draw obviously is the fact that you get the one big large figure being Clayface. Spin around the back of the package, you can see Clayface here in action. Head over to www.lego.com/Batman movie and you can check out some other really cool stuff over there as well. Build Something's Batman, www.lego.com, once again, Batman movie. Spot's going to take a break and get this built. Probably won't do this on camera because it's a substantial build. And when we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at the Batman movie, set 70904, the Clayface Splat Attack. I love seeing splat. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Let's first have a look at the minifigures that come included with this set. First, we have Mayor Mccaskill. Very overly tanned minifigure. She looks like she's wearing a business suit. Pair of pearls. There's a back print of her as well. Now, speaking of back print, you can take off her wig, or hair in this case, turn it around, and she also has herself a worried look on her face as well. Depending on which look you prefer. Actually, you know, it's probably better if I spin the figure's head around, have her more worried, because judging by the size of Clayface here, if I was her, I'd be pretty scared myself. She does come with an accessory, just like a little walkie-talkie communicator. You could also think of it as her cell phone. That's a really big cell phone, though. That's like an old Zach Morris phone from Saved by the Bell. You put it into her hand very easily. That's Mayor Mccaskill. Well, I guess one of the other accompanying pieces for her, or really for Batman, is this mound of clay. You take the figure and just kind of put it in there. This is a required build. That's much easier than the Clayface we will be looking at in a second, but a little mound of clay that you can put her into. And put the phone back in her hand. There is Mayor Mccaskill. Put her to the side. Let's have a look at the Cape Crusader. Of course, he's going to come included in this set as well. Let's bring the camera in. Comes included with a Batarang. Actually, in fact, I think generally when they come with Batarangs, the Batman figures that is, they come with 2. So he gets not 1, but 2 Batarangs. There's the figure itself. Pretty much we've seen this Batman. We've been there. We've done that. The faces might be slightly different from set to set. Some of them do stay the same. He does have 2 face prints. There's the one that I currently just had him sporting with, where he's kind of got like squinty eyes. I like that. Or what you can also do too is he has eyes more slightly opened and his sneer is almost to the corner, not across the full mouth like this one right here. Nice looking minifigure. Can't go wrong with Batman as a minifigure. That's your 2 minifigures for this set. Alright, so we'll put him to the side. Standing up very nicely, I might add. Now let's have a look at the meat and potatoes of this, the Clayface. A very, very cool looking figure, a substantial build as well. As you could probably expect it by looking just at the sheer size and the fact that he is also 3-dimensional. Everything that you see on this figure is a required piece to be added to the figure. They don't really give you any shortcuts. I mean, sure, the lower area here, this kind of stone Clayface, this little stone clay-looking piece does share itself with the sides of the legs and also the sides of the arms. But other than that, most, if not everything you see on this figure requires individually placed pieces. You basically get just like a half or like a very thick brick that you build together. and then you fill it out front to back with these little build sections, and then they go onto the back. This one goes onto the front. Put the arms on, and you got yourself Clayface. Very impressive looking, though. I think he turned out quite well. If I could envision what a Clayface would look like in Lego form, I'm pretty certain it would look something like this. I like the big beefiness, little tiny legs. Look at the little tiny legs on Clayface here. He does have a fair bit of posability as well. His arms on ratcheted joints, so they move also forward and back, out. And then he does also have a ball joint that's attaching the lower forearm area to the top part of the arm. And then ratcheted joints on the legs. Well, not really so much ratchet joints, but ball joints in the legs. And then also, he has a ball joint head, which is very nice too. Now the packaging also, one of the things that the packaging indicates is you can make a slightly sad Clayface. This is simply taking the eye pieces off and switching them around. So as opposed to having the triangles facing outward, you have the triangles facing inward. And then you got a more worried looking Clayface. The other Clayface more confident. This is Clayface realizing, yeah, Batman's going to totally beat me. I'm going to go back to Arkham. So we'll put it back to this. I kind of like the eyes more so like this myself. Like so. I like also how his mouth turned out. I like how these little areas here, these are hinges. We've seen these pieces on Lego before. But just by putting them to the sides and folding them down, you get yourself a fully finished looking Clayface. Now he does have some weapons as opposed to just his big giant Batman smashing arms. He does have these little rotating Lego piece launchers. It's almost like a little Gatling gun, and you put the little pieces on little caps on the end here, and when you rotate it, it fires off the pieces. See if I do it again here. I'll put it close to the camera so you can see. Rotate it, and it hits a piece inside the Lego right there, and it pings off the little Lego piece that comes off of the Gatling gun. Of course, you have to be careful that they're smaller, so you don't want to lose those. And those just clip right back into place. One of the other things that Clayface does come with, there we go. Go ahead and take off either one of his arms. It doesn't really matter. This arm, okay, we'll take off this arm. Just take it off the ball joint, like that. And you can replace it with this really cool looking hammer. Plugs in the same way, just plug that into the ball joint, like that. And now you got Clayface with a big slamming, smashing hammer, which is super cool. Still has the same posability because it's on that ball joint there. It really adds to the appeal of Clayface. Would have liked if he had come with maybe a couple other ones. One that maybe would have been a good pick is like a big ball that had maybe like Lego spikes on the end. That would have been cool as well. But really appreciate the fact that they gave us a hammer as opposed to just simply just hands. Or not really even so much hands, but like these Gatling gun firing hands. There is Clayface though, not a bad looking set at all. The set again cost spot, I want to say it was about at my local Toys R Us. Now mileage may vary and depending on where you're finding this guy. But this guy I found at Toys R Us for, I think the set was $44.99. Factoring in the size of the Clayface, if you pair him next to Batman, see how small Batman is to Clayface, I think the value is there. If this was just a build set, I mean, even really if you look at the cars, like the vehicle sets that come with the figures, they're roughly about that same price point, or they're closer to $60. For the fact that you get such a big Clayface in the set, I think the set is quite worth it. I also am not just saying that because I'm a big fan of Clayface either. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at more Batman, the Batman movie, Batman Lego movie. This was set 70904. This was the Clayface Splat. Fittingly enough, I got him with the hammer Splat Attack. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time.